It's that time again where we talk about the latest works of science fiction and fantasy created by Christians. G'day, this is the Christian Fantasy and Science Fiction Bulletin for May 2019. I'm Adam David Collings. The finalists for this year's Realm Makers Alliance Award have been announced. They are The Story Peddler by Lindsay Franklin, Forks by Nadine Brandes, and The Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Busse. These books were chosen by the readers. Congratulations to all three authors. You can still vote on this final round, and I'll put the link in the description below. Nadine Brandes has released Romanov. This is a YA historical fantasy with elements of secret history. It tells the story of historical figure Anastasia Romanov, a Russian princess whose family were deposed by the communists. This version adds magic into the mix, and magic makes everything cooler. Anastasia Nastya Romanov was given a single mission: to smuggle an ancient spell in her suitcase on her way to exile in Siberia. It might be her family's only salvation, but the leader of the Bolshevik army is after them, and he's hunted Romanov before. Brandon M. Wilborn released The Treasure of Capric, Book 1 of the Kings of the Caves on the 13th of May, and it's already hit number 1 on Amazon for Christian fantasy. In a nation under clouds of darkness, 3 young monks who've lost their home must race to find the sacred treasure before their world collapses. The first problem: they've never seen it. Can they stop a tyrant from gaining ultimate power? The publisher calls this book a clean epic fantasy, rich enough for adult fantasy readers and clean enough for YA or teen readers. There's also a companion novella called Siren Silence. Morgan L. Busse has released Flight of the Raven, Book 2 in the Ravenwood saga. Lady Selene is heir to the Great House of Ravenwood and the secret family gift of dreamwalking. As a dreamwalker, she can enter a person's dreams and manipulate their greatest fears or desires. For the last 100 years, the Ravenwood women have used their gift of dreaming for hire to gather information or to assassinate. In Book 2, Selene finds herself in a new land, seeking to learn more about her family's gift. But war is brewing, and a wicked being is after her gift. Daniel Gibbs has released the first 3 books of his science fiction series, Echoes of War, starting with Fight the Good Fight. Author Mike Colville says of this series, if Tom Clancy wrote military science fiction, this is what it would read like. To defend his home planet, David trades his dream of becoming a rabbi for a battlefront in the far reaches of space. When particle beams fly, his courage under fire brings quick promotion. But in the lulls between battles, when he must confront his soul, David finds a different enemy, the ghosts of those killed under his command. Yet in war, it's kill or be killed, and the enemy shows no mercy. David must square the tenets of his faith with responsibility to his crew and country. If he fails in his command, billions face enslavement by a ruthless regime. Now it's an all-out fight for the galaxy's freedom. And Book 4 comes out next month in June. Jeremiah C.F. Knight has released Diary of a Holy Night back in February, and I miss talking about it. Justin Smith is a 14-year-old student from Alabama. He disappeared one night from a church event with 6 of his friends. They reappeared some hours later in front of everyone with tales to tell about a different world. The thing is, nobody believed them. Now, after being tormented by nightmares, he is forced to see a therapist to see what's wrong with him. On top of this, a new principal has taken over the school and doesn't agree with religion. With everything going on, can he make it out of middle school and live for Jesus, the Son of God? Alan Goodner has released Heaven's Hitman, Book 1 of The Angel's Executioner, a paranormal urban fantasy. Michael Remington, an executioner for the heavenly host, is the son of a fallen angel. He's seen a lot of evil in his century and a half, but he doesn't much like it. He doesn't much care for some of the things he's had to do either, executing a sorcerer who also happens to be a 15-year-old kid, for instance. He's old and tired, but he can't quit, no matter how badly he wants to. That's rule 1. Choices matter. Now a rogue genie is gathering power, that calls for an executioner. But a fallen angel is offering something Michael hasn't had in a long time, the chance to be free. If only he'll lay down the mantle. Michael must choose between comfort and safety or pain and duty, and he has to make his choice soon because his friends are about to get caught at Ground Zero. And next month, Laura Van Ardendonk Barr will be releasing Shard and Shield, Book 1 of the Shard of Elan. Steve Raza will be releasing Mixed Messages, Book 4 in the Vincent Chan series, and Robin Parrish has announced an upcoming fiction project 15 years in the making called The Riftwalkers, which will release in summer this year. And that's the Northern Hemisphere summer, by the way. We'll be covering these in more detail in coming bulletins. Until then, happy reading, God bless, live long and prosper.